And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. We've got two cryptos that I'm going to tell you about here in a few minutes. And Europe's biggest bank just comes out and tells you, it just comes out and tells you in this article, wow, what two cryptos they're going to use. I'm like, wow, the biggest bank in Europe. I'm like, wait, coming in hot. Good thing I already own both these two cryptos. I bought them, I don't know, a couple months ago. We're going to go over which two they are. One of them is like welfare cheap. Like seriously, you could be on welfare and buy it. It's that cheap. The other one, I guess what, 20 to 30 cents. You can still be on welfare and buy it. We're going to start off here. Somebody wants to know the correct address for MGB. It's not even out, so I don't know what it is. What I do on this program is I teach about the crypto, not about where to get it. That's up to you. Other people may say, oh, I bought it here. You probably bought a fake one. Look, what I do is I teach about the crypto, and then if you want to buy it, that's all up to you on where to find it and this and that. Some people might say in the chat, buy here, buy there. Are you trust these people, really? You don't even know who this person is, and they're telling you it's located here, and you go buy it? That's why I give this disclaimer. Here we go. My name's Crypto Hulk. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advising. This show is designed to get you financially destroyed. Before every show, if you think I'm giving you financial advice, I snort cocaine, inject heroin, pop a handful of roofies. You've not heard this before? Yeah, but, I just, somebody said something in the chat and I went and spent $5,000. Oh, you're that kind of person. Well, you got to be 18 to watch the show. Besides doing all those drugs, I'm also going to smoke some methamphetamine before a show. I have pill popping parties. Me and Zoltar right here. I get my financial advice from this doll right there, and then I give it to you. And if you believe it, then I'm sorry, you're higher than I am, and that's pretty tough to get. Don't listen to anything. Don't listen to anything I say in the show. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Whatever. What I do on the show is teach you about cryptos. That's it. Whether they succeed or not, all I do is I teach you about the crypto. I'm not a fortune teller. That's what Zoltar is, okay? Now, I have the luxury of having Zoltar right on my desk. So I ask him about cryptos, and he tells me, and then I tell you. Some of you go out and you invest in some of these cryptos and make a lot. Some of you are really late to the party, and you invest and you get wrecked. That's, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. You haven't watched my show before? Yeah. Every show, I come off telling you I do drugs right before a show and everything. And it's an hour before. Also, about an hour before, I drink 3 gallons of vodka. You never heard that? Well, you better start watching the intro. How do you come in midpoint to a conversation and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy that? You didn't even watch the whole show. You deserve to get booty raped, okay? Wow. How about watching an entire program and then using your brain? People that are in the chat, who are they? You're going to listen to somebody in the chat. I'm like, wow. I better make this thing like 50 years old and up. You got to be at least 50 years old to watch the show. Hopefully you have that much common sense. See, even if I know a project might be a fake, I'm still willing to lose the money. So don't invest in something. How about this? I know you're above 18 and you should know this. Don't invest in shit you can't afford to lose the money. You know what I mean? It's just like that. I gave this story. I called a friend up. I couldn't find a certain kind of crypto. I told him, hey, I'll give you $1,000. Buy it for me. And if it's a fake crypto, I don't even care. I'll give you $1,000. See, that's how I am. So if I go to buy something that I don't know and I haven't checked out personally, I know I might lose money, and that's fine. Okay. Now, if my limit's $100, then I'm only going to put 100 into something. If I lose it, I lose it. See, that's just like what normal people do. So, yeah, you need to have your counselor right by you when you watch TV and internet and shit, because you tend to do shit without thinking. And then, that's going to be a problem. So your best bet is don't even watch this show. You're one of those, if you don't know how to trade, don't do it. How about that? Fuck Crypto Hulk. That's genius information. I don't know how to trade. I don't know at all. So I tell somebody, buy some shit for me. If it's fake, I'll pay you back. That's it. That's what I do. If I knowingly am not sure, like, gee, I don't know, then it's probably not going to be a good deal. But I'll do it anyway because I don't mind losing the money. I personally don't care. So if you're in a situation where you're financially compromised, don't invest in shit, man. See, what the fuck? How tough is that? How tough is that? Don't invest in some shit you can't afford to lose the money. Like, this channel shouldn't have to tell you that. Like, are we 8 years old and we don't know this common sense basic shit? Well, I don't know where to buy. Okay, then don't fucking buy it, dummy. I'm like, wow. Some people, I swear to God, I don't know where to buy it, and I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to buy it anyway. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you even listen to what you say? I'm like shocked with some people, man. Unbelievable. Grant, welcome to the show here. Member for 2024 Crypto Explosion, Global Crypto Law and Tokenization equals Big Stiffy. Enjoyed the ride, bro. Thanks for everything you've done over the years. Thank you very much there, Grant, buddy. Then we got Danny Outer City. Good morning, Hulk. I sent you a message on X. Okay, hopefully it's the correct one. All right there, buddy. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Del Godoft, I see you there again. Thank you very much. Tax-free donation. Chris Sharpie says, Zoltar is the mastermind behind this operation. Yep, you got that right. Good old Zoltar.
I see you over there.
Yep, he's right there watching you, I'm telling you. Zoltar is supervising everything that happens on this show. Okay, let's get into the crypto. This is massive right here. Let me find it. Oh, man. This article just came out the other day. And they're going to tell you, this article is going to tell you what two cryptos they're going to use. Now, don't start guessing the cryptos. Axelar, ZK Sync. Oh, shit, everybody runs off. Run, florist. Run, florist. TP Safety. Thank you very much for the tax-free donations. Hey, Mr. Hulk, been with you for 4 years, but had to switch accounts. Thank you for all your wisdom. Then we got Jeffrey. Good old Jeffrey shows up with a nice tax-free donation. D. Lindquist. D. Lindquist reminds me of a kid in high school, my freshman year, was doing some shit to me. I'm not going to say what. I jumped up off my seat on the desk. We got into a fight in the classroom. No, I whooped his ass. And the teacher saw the whole thing go down. So luckily, we were all sent to the principal's office. Everybody was given Saturday school and shit, including me. I never went. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not going. I didn't do shit. Never got in trouble after that. I don't know why I was given Saturday school. I'm like, fuck. He started it with me and was doing this and that and the other. I was sitting there with the vice principal, Lou. His name was Lou, and the principal's name was Chuck, and I won't say his last name. And I'm like, I didn't start this. He did it. So yeah, some guy named Lindquist. No, what? Wait, it was Bloomquist. That's what it was. Never mind. You're okay, Lindquist. That was a different guy. But we're only talking 1985. Sorry if my memory got a little foggy, but that was a lot of years ago. Bloomquist. Okay, that was the guy's last name. Yeah, fuck it. All right, so here's your two cryptos. Now, these are massive. Number one, Axelar. I'm going to tell you what, they're only partners with Ripple. They are total partners with Ripple. Oh my God. And what is it? What is Axelar? It acts as a bridge for all the Ethereum shit that don't work. It's pretty amazing. Guess what? Later in this article, we got ZK Sync. Oh shit. You can buy both of these at Caleb and Brown. I encourage you to do that. Caleb and Brown, Axelar, ZK Sync. I'm going to get into the article. The biggest bank in Germany is telling you what they're going to use. This one, you could be a fucking chimpanzee and still figure out what cryptos to buy. Crypto Hulk, I'm not one of the sharpest tools in the box, but one of the knives. I'm not the sharpest knife in the butcher block, Crypto Hulk, but I could figure this one out. Wow. Let's go over this article. Deutsche Bank, Axelar, and Momentum Blockchain. Oh, God. Here we go. Financial advice, even a monkey could understand. Delivers. Axelar and Momentum deliver an institutional blueprint. I think I want to cry because this is so fucking easy for asset tokenization and servicing on the Ethereum layer 2. Oh my God, let's get into this right now. New York, Deutsche Bank, Momentum Blockchain, and Axelar. They're telling you right now, everybody. I mean, damn. And you know what? Some lost souls will be like, yeah, but that price is going to go down tomorrow. And then maybe the price stays the same for the next 3 months. Okay, look. What I'm doing is what I always do. Is I teach about the crypto and the usability of it and who's using it and why and this and that. I don't give a fuck about the price. Now, if the price is low, that means I buy. If it's high, I got to wait, okay? These two particular cryptos are sold at Caleb and Brown. So what I'm doing right now is I'm teaching you about what these cryptos are and who's going to be using them and what future ramifications will that have. I don't give a fuck about the price. If you want to buy it and pump it and dump it, that's up to you, man. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. Haven't I already told you that? I get high as fuck before every show. Like, you don't hear that shit? Oh, no, Crypto Hulk, I come in 5 to 10 minute mark. Well, you just fucked yourself then. Look in the mirror, just say, you just fucked yourself by not watching the intro, dumbass. Right there, it's that easy. But Crypto Hulk, I might start crying. I want to move on because I think you might have some kind of mental health issue that you need to go see a counselor, okay? We do get those kind here, I'll tell you. Design, listen to this one. Designed. These cryptos and this blockchain is designed to accelerate. That means to speed up. Like speed. That means meth. I take that before every show too, while I'm giving you financial advice. Designed to accelerate the adoption and servicing of tokenized funds. I like this. I think I might be getting a Woodrow Wilson in the South Pole right now. Stable coins and other real-world assets. The platform will enable asset and wealth managers token issuers and investment advisors, which is not me, to easily create and service tokenized assets. Oh my God. Axelar and ZK Sync is going to help Europe's biggest bank. Not a big deal, though. The price isn't going up, Crypto Hulk. I don't care. This must be a scam. Axelar and ZK Sync are going to help speed up tokenization. That leads us to two things. You're not going to get rich. I've only been saying this, 3 years now. There's two things that have to happen before we get rich. One, global crypto laws. Number two, global tokenization. What's Axelar supposed to do? Help accelerate the tokenization of assets along with ZK Sync. So they're going to speed up when we get rich. That's what these two are designed to do. And Europe's biggest bank and stuff is going to probably help us out. I kind of like this, okay? This, to me, sounds really, really good. When you got two cryptos working with Europe's biggest bank, and they're putting it out here and telling you, like, and if you don't get some of this, I'm sorry. Let's see right here. Enough of the dramatics, Crypto Hulk. Just fucking read the article, man. God. Project Dama 2, D-A-M-A. Project Dama 2 was recently recognized in Global Custodians 2025 Leaders in Custody Asia Awards for innovation in smart contract technology. Smart contracts. Project Dama, damn it. The light paper, let's see here, led by Deutsche Bank, and lays out the unique design of Dama 2, blockchain as a service model that minimizes upfront investments. User-friendly. Let's go on to this privacy layer 2. Here we go. Here's your next crypto coming in hot. Privacy layer 2. Contract environment built by Memento blockchain with, here we go, ZK Sync, which I've owned for like 2 months now. Yes, along with Axelar, I've owned for like a month. Whew, finally, these two are going somewhere. Listen to this. As 84 trillion in global wealth shifts towards digital native generations by 2045, the light paper arrives at a critical moment, offering a clear framework for tapping into a demographic that is 5 times more likely than baby boomers to hold crypto or digital assets. Dama 2 aims to close the gap between, I like this, traditional finance and blockchain innovation, giving investment professionals easy-to-use tools for token issuance, compliance, what is ZK Sync going to do? The same thing that Axelar is going to do. Help rush in the evolution of crypto to the world. I like this. I'm saying it, bring it as fast as you can. I'm sick of being broke, okay? Dama 2 represents how public blockchains have evolved. They're using that word again. Remember what I told you? Revolution and evolution is like in all this shit. Those are the code words. I don't know who makes this shit up. These are the code words for the really, really good cryptos. Evolution, revolution. What I tell you, right? They use those two words, right? Look what, bam, pops up. you're like, damn, Crypto Hulk, you did say that like 3 or 4 shows ago. You told us watch out for those 2 words, evolution and revolution in these articles. Those are the ones. Those are the magic ones. Dama 2 represents how public chains have evolved. I like that. I like these evolution, revolution, because that means that gives me the green light to go buy that shit. Especially when the biggest bank in Europe is talking about this. I'm like, hoo-wee. I'm sure glad I got this shit already. I'm sure glad I'm not buying it right now. I mean, no offense. If you're buying it right now, awesome. You're getting in at the right time, okay? Because when this thing takes off, these cryptos are going to go. And how leading applied technologies can meet operational resilience and regulatory goals. They're going to be regulated with these cryptos. I love it. That's what we want. Cryptos that are regulated. We don't want these, what is that, Bitcoin and these secret kind of crypto exchanges. What's Monero? Like the Monero shit? Fuck no. This light paper explains the thinking behind a solution that the Project Dama team have designed to enable familiar workflows and eliminate long learning curves. Tokenization. Oh, here we go. I like this. Tokenization is moving out of the sandbox and into production. They're telling you, everybody, are you not getting the clues? Okay. I'm going to break it down for you. This shit's too fucking easy. A monkey could do it. The biggest bank in Europe is telling you they're working with 2 cryptos, which they identify the 2. They're telling you that their goal is to speed up the evolution of crypto adoption in the world. Hello. Their goal is to get this thing going. And they're showing you right here in this article what's going on. They're talking about getting everything all regulated. These banks aren't going to use shit unless it's regulated. So what does that mean? Well, you got to find out who made the crypto. They got to have an 800 number, board of directors. That's what regulations mean. But Crypto Hulk, Bitcoin doesn't have any of that. Yep, and that's why it's going down. Okay? I've been saying this for 5 years. Since the day I started crypto, I already knew that Bitcoin was such a fucking joke. Not once did I ever buy it. These other crypto influencers, they'll tell you, oh yeah, I got me some Bitcoin or whatever. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I bet you got some Bitcoin too. Memento ZK chain is purpose-built as a layer 2 on Ethereum. Leveraging what? Zero knowledge proofs. That's where ZK comes in. And a permissioned sequence to enable confidential institutional grade issuance. Oh man. By anchoring Dama 2 on this ZK powered layer. Oh my God, here we go. I think it's coming. I might blow a fat load in my pantalones. Pendejo. We provide the deterministic control institutions need. We provide, oh my God, ZK Sync and Axelar provide what institutions need. Hold on. I think I have to cry really quick. Okay, I'm done. I just had a moment. It talks about Axelar. So the article's done. Axelar is a decentralized network. With back. So Axelar has the backing of top tier investors. Polychain, Binance, Coinbase, Dragonfly. Deutsche Bank talks about Deutsche Bank is the leading bank in Germany. talks about Interop Labs, about Memento Labs, about Memento ZK chain. ZK Sync is a cutting edge blockchain solution. Oh, I'm so glad I got that at Caleb Brown. Woohoo! All right. There you have your article right there. Stephen Morris got MGB on Uniswap. Tokenomics didn't add up. Flipped it for 550. Profit anyway, right? Meow. There you go. And we're back to that Lindquist guy. All right, let me keep going. Lindquist guy. Okay. ZK is at 4 cents. So there you go with that one. Let's go to our next article here. Where do we start? Okay. I want to get into a little bit about Orbits. We talked the other day about Orbits, and what I do is I report to you what information I find. You just look at the crypto and learn. I don't tell people what to buy or whatever. I just show you the crypto. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, I don't care. I just show you the information, and there you go. That's what my channel does. I'm not a tech person. I don't know how to buy shit. That's why I just use Caleb Brown when I buy stuff. Some people are better, much better than me. They have skills that I don't have. They're able to go to websites and exchanges and Uniswaps and all kinds of different things and buy stuff and swap. I don't even know how to do all that shit. So there you have that one. We went over Orbits. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to briefly go over what I found. And at some points, I'll give you screenshots or whatever. Now, this is very interesting. What I'm going to show you now is that we know that Ripple came out in 2013-ish, right about there, hit the scene, 14. Ripple became official 2015 with the Ripple Settlement Agreement with the Department of Justice. In 2015, Ripple was determined. This is very important you need to listen to, because you see, every other channel has totally missed it completely. These people have no fucking clue. They think that just because a court case is 10 years old or something, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that's pretty sad. So what happened in 2015 is the United States Department of Justice, not a big deal, right? Oh, that's an old case. That's an old case. The United States Department of Justice, the IRS, the FBI, the Treasury, FinCEN, which is the Treasury Police, and everybody else who's ever involved in this thing, determined that Ripple, the company, is a money service business. And what do? They buy and sell the thing called XRP, and they incentivize other companies and shit. Okay, so we already know that Ripple buys and sells and incentivizes and airdrops and all that shit. Okay, we know this from 2015. Now, we also learned from all those people involved, which is the United States government, we already know what XRP is because it was determined to be a currency, a cash equivalent. So this whole court case with the Annalisa Torres or whatever the fuck, and all these YouTube channels that every day has got to give you an update on the Ripple trial, That was all dumb shit channels. But no, Cryptoholic, they had a court hearing. And okay, let me repeat myself for all the dumb shits out there that just still don't get it. I don't care if we had a 2020 court trial. Let me repeat what happened in 2015. The United States government, see, every channel, every person has shit for brains. Okay, that's why I got Cryptoholic, to help unfuck you, okay? It's not that tough, people. It's not that tough if you just watch Cryptoholic. Everybody has been hoodwinked, tricked, fooled, got their cheeks clapped. Let me repeat again. In 2015, the United States government determined that Ripple is a money service business. And what does it do? It's buying and selling and incentivizing businesses using a crypto, which is a currency called XRP. You got that part right? Okay, it's already figured out in 2015. Then they also determined that the XRP is a currency. We're done. I don't care what happens after that court case. I don't need to hear Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, all these lawyers pontificating. Well, lawyers, I mean criminals. Lawyers and criminals are the same thing. One just works for the government or manipulates the laws, and the other one breaks them. You see all these channels telling you, oh, yeah, here's the court case. Here's what, let's have Jeremy Hogan interpret this. That was so fucking stupid. For the past 4 years, I had to listen to all these dumb shit lawyers and all these dumb shit channels talk about a fake court case. And then they want to show up to some kind of Ripple event and everybody sit around and play with their dicks and talk to each other. And let's make friends and call it the XRP family. I'm like, God, this shit just makes me so sick. All this fucking crypto loser fucking ass people. I'm like, God, man, get me out of this fucking place. Now we're going to get to the other truth about this. There's a company called Orbitz, Orebits, Orbitz Corporation. And I'm going to move through this. Orbitz Corporation worked with a company called Symbiont, Symbiont. They tokenized gold. Symbiont tokenized. I want you to hear this because this goes all the way back before even Ripple. And I'm going to tell you some things now that are going to make you think. I don't have answers for all this. What I do have is in 2008, Orbitz was around. See, Orbitz, now this is my opinion. Orbitz is a government three-letter agency business, just like Ripple, okay? Because Orbitz was like never in the news. All of a sudden, they tokenized all this gold and shit. They had smart contracts and all these things. I'm like, what? And this was like even before, like, this was like around Bitcoin time. Wow, Cryptoholic, how is that possible? Because it's a three-letter agency, okay? Let's go over this. It's very interesting. I don't have all the answers. So, Orbitz, the government fake company, just like Ripple, in partnership with Symbiont, I think another government kind of sponsored deal, they tokenized the gold for Orbitz. Orbitz.au. They created, quote, smart certificates. Well, that sounds kind of like smart contracts, Cryptoholic, doesn't it? Which are digital assets backed by proven gold reserves. So they're smart contracts. They had smart certificates using Symbiont's what? Distributed ledger technology. Now, they're claiming the first Orbits were issued in 2017. Now, if we look through here, Orbits, now what I did is I looked up the company Orbits, and Grok says it appears to be a company or a project. So we already have, look at this, we already have with the company Orbitz something that Grok can't even find. This company is a ghost. They come up with tokenized gold shit. No one's heard of them before. And guess what? No one's heard of them after. Right there, warning signs. The bullshit meter comes up.
Oh, you over there. Don't bring that over here. That's bullshit.
So doing research, I spent like an hour last night on this. Doing research, this Orbitz company didn't exist prior to this event. The event was they announced everybody they tokenized shit. It took them years to figure it out. We know nothing about Orbitz before they came out with this, and we know nothing about Orbitz right after this news announcement. It's a ghost, okay? Symbiont was working with them, and Grok has no idea about any of these companies. And Symbiont, they go out of business right after this, right? I mean, this is something else. Now, I looked on their website. They took down their website, but guess what? I got it. I'm going to show you it right now. So there's the Orbitz.io website. They took it off the internet. I got it right here. Now you guys got it. There's the website. Let's use this website instead. That first website. Now this is when, what I'm doing is I'm showing you 2017 when Orbitz first hit the news, okay? They have smart certificates. I call them smart contracts. Listen to this paragraph right here, because what I'm trying to show you is this. Gold, okay? Gold, silver. Remember I showed you Ripple Singapore, gold and silver in your wallet. Remember I told you Ripple Singapore is where Ripple had a vault in Singapore called the Safe House, and they would store all the gold. For those of you that are whales that got $2 million in crypto, you know who you are because you call me. I'm putting you out there, but I'm not putting out your name. Gold has been here. Gold is tied right into crypto. How dare you have $2 million in crypto and have no gold? That's so fucking stupid. I'm just letting you know. Blockchain and distributed ledger technology were introduced in 2008. What? With Crypto Hulk, Bitcoin didn't hit the scene until 2009. Exactly. So this shit's before Bitcoin? Yeah. Oh, so this technology was already around. Blockchain and distributed ledger technology were introduced to the world in 2008. At that time, both became synonymous with emerging cryptocurrencies. Quickly began to attract negative attention, but these underlying technologies became increasingly secure and more structured. We're reading an article from 2016. This is 9 years ago this website was around, okay? It says, giving birth to a new generation of blockchain technology. These asset digitization instruments facilitate, verify, and enforce what you were reading here. Let me tell you something. I don't know how far along these people are. There's two things. We need to be rich. Global crypto regulation. And what's the next thing? Global tokenization or digitization of real world assets. We're reading shit right here. This stuff has started to be tokenized in 2008. Oh, shit. Crypto, that's kind of like almost 20 years ago. Yeah. This is from a gold website. If you don't have gold, you're wrong, okay? My opinion, gold is going to be massively important to the crypto space, okay? Almost 20 years ago, when they started tokenizing crypto, nobody knows this. What was like the first thing they tokenized, Crypto Hulk? Gold. Whoa. What about diamonds? What about Ferraris and shit? Gold. Why do you think 8 months ago I dropped my credit score 100 to 150 points to buy all the gold? Because Crypto Hulk already knows it's gold. I was buying gold at $1,700 an ounce. I stopped buying gold once it hit $2,000 an ounce. I maxed out 4 credit cards, dumped my credit score easily 100 to 120 points, not giving a fuck, buying the gold, then know where gold's at now, not 2,000 an ounce where I bought it at, where I went crazy. Now it's at like 3,600 an ounce. If you want to buy a gold coin, have it delivered to you or whatever, you're looking at $3,600. Yes. We have right here, when applied to the precious metal reserves, smart certs, think of smart contracts, allow recoverable gold, silver, and platinum and copper. So if you're somebody out there who's buying copper, congratulations. Maybe you don't need to own it, like buy a bunch of copper. Maybe you could actually go to a website and buy tokenized copper. So some people out there saying, yeah, Crypto Hulk, I just found a bunch of copper. Yeah. Look, they're talking about precious metals, gold, silver, those are some, platinum, and copper. If you're into any of those, congratulations, okay? Now, also on this web page, if we go down, I'm gonna have the bullshit meter. It's not gonna go off. Now, Crypto Hulk, who made this crypto right here? Well, there's a guy named Chris Youb. Y-O-U-B, kind of like newbie, but Youbie. His name is Chris, C-H-R-I-S, and then Youb, Y-O-U-B. He is the Chief Technology Officer. I'm showing you this right now because I did a background investigation on good old Chris Lube or Youb, whatever his name is. He's a ghost. He's a ghost. That's a 3-letter agency, folks. Let me tell you something. A guy that revolutionizes the whole golden crypto space like 20 years ago and shit. This guy did this. He's the Chief Technology Officer. We have no prior history on this guy and no post history on this guy. He doesn't even exist. Yet he revolutionizes the golden crypto space in the world, and he just disappears after that. 3-letter agency, okay? Chris Youb is his name. I did a background search on good old Chris, and Grok comes back with nothing. There's nothing on this guy except what shows up with the gold Orbitz company that doesn't even exist. Orbitz is the same thing. The company Orbitz got with Symbiont. Symbiont later, after all this, they go bankrupt, by the way. Yeah, everybody fucking disappears. Everybody pulls a Houdini. Orbitz, that company, works with Symbiont. Orbitz just disappears. Symbiont, after a few years, goes bankrupt. Everybody runs off and splits. And the guy who made all this shit, the Chris Youb guy, he's a ghost. We can't even find him. He never worked anywhere else in his life. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. This is a total government 3-letter agency deal. Something's weird. Okay. So what happens after 2017? Wait a second. I'm going to go through this article. Yeah, okay, I'll keep going here. So what happens In 2000, after 2017, Orbitz, according to Grok here, just disappears. Symbiont goes through like a bankruptcy process. In 2023, it's completely bankrupt. And it talks about a competitor, which is R3 Corda, which is the XDC crypto. What I really think happened, I'm speeding this up. I'm not showing all the evidence. I'm not here to deep dive this too much. But everybody kind of like split. And the technology got taken over by these other companies that are tokenizing like right now. There's some chain link involvement possibly in this. But I wanted to show you that Bitcoin was introduced in November of 2008. And Bitcoin Network officially launched in 2009. Now, what's interesting, if you go to the this Orbitz website, like I showed you, where we saw Chris Youb, scroll down a little bit, and then we're going to get into the Muslim connection here. Oh, this little rabbit trail goes far and deep. We have a date of 2016. There's an article here. Now, here's where Stellar comes in. So for those of you who want to know, can we invest in anything in this project? Well, Stellar's kind of mentioned in this project. Stellar goes all the way back to 2016. Stellar's involved in this, but XLM is Sharia approved, somebody says. Let me show you this article right here. Let me do a copy and a paste. Here's the article right here. Gold standard approved for Islamic finance. Now, we all know that a couple years ago, Ripple announced, and I announced that Ripple was Sharia compliant, Stellar and all that. Well, the actual news, the real news goes back to about 2018, 7 years ago. All these cryptos with the Muslim Sharia and all that, it was already approved from day one. Remember, I told you guys, all this shit was already done 10 years ago. Now, when I'm showing you these articles, you're like, damn, I think it really was done all 10 years ago. Yeah, all this shit was done 10 years ago. They wait for the right times to release certain news, or Ripple will announce certain projects they just got done. They've already done this shit. It was already invented, okay? Here's an article here. I'm going to speed it up. This article's 2016. Sharia law already approved this crypto right here. It's already done. Now, go to the second paragraph, last sentence. This is the Muslim organization. AAOIFI developed the standards with the help from producer-funded World Gold Council, which has said the new rules could spur demand for hundreds of tons of gold. Sharia law changed in 2016, okay? Because they had the World Gold Council start talking to these Muslims, and they got with this investment company. Now look at the bottom paragraph. We're done with the article. Go to the bottom paragraph. Templeton Emerging Markets Group. Templeton. Now, where have we heard that at? Oh, that's right. When I reported to you back in 2023 that Franklin Templeton is working with Stellar. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. This goes all the way back to 2016. Yes, the Muslims already approved for cryptocurrency. Not like the news wants to report. It's just recently in the past few years. No, this shit was done like 10 years ago. If you look at the bottom, or look at the top of the one I just sent you. Franklin Templeton announces the Franklin On-Chain Money Fund. Very, very first paragraph. This is 2023. and it says currently utilizes the Stellar blockchain. Now, if we go back to the 2016 article I just showed you at the very bottom, who was involved with the World Gold Council to hook up the Muslims with a Sharia-compliant distributed ledger network gold crypto system of tokenization was Templeton Emerging Markets Group, aka Franklin Templeton, aka Stellar Blockchain. Oh, boom. Sure glad I own Stellar. All right. There you go. Now it came out in like 2019 and 18. Stellar came out in 2018 saying that they're Sharia compliant. Well, we already have that back up to 2016. So what I'm showing you is what these news articles don't show you. I'm showing you the deep dive information. Stellar was already Sharia in 2016. It probably took them, the Sharia, 2 years for them to kind of get with the program. Or maybe it was already done in 2016, because that's what we read in the article. The Sharia gave it a thumbs up. That was 2016. So just very interesting, these little articles right here on Orbits and how they just kind of turned into a ghost. Symbiont, who tokenized it. They kind of act like a securitized for Ripple. Everybody, how does everybody in this all go out of business? That's what I don't understand. You have gold tokenization back in 2008, where you got smart contracts and shit. This is like Bitcoin era. And everybody's a ghost. Everybody's gone. Everybody disappears, and we can't find anybody. That's what I spent an hour on looking into. And Stellar is right there. Now, the same guy that helped make Ripple, Jed McCaleb, he's behind Stellar. He invented it. So the same guy who ran Mt. Gox, which was one of the biggest crypto scams on the planet, that's Jed McCaleb. But he left before everybody got busted, of course. Wayne Williams, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Late fee accrued and paid. Definitely qualified for over 50 class. Right on for that. Thank you very much. Chuck McCabe. What does good old Charlie Charles Chucky have to say? Hulk, this tax-free donation is from a monkey sitting here with me. He's excited that you said he can even get rich listening to you. Thank you. Right on. So that's your little history. Now, let me wrap up. I got one more news article for you. Now, I know we talked about the MBG token the other day. If I can do it, I like to talk both sides of a crypto. Now, some of you went out and bought what you thought was MAG. And maybe you did buy it. So some people are like, oh, that MAG on Uniswap was fake. Da, da, da. Well, number one, I want you to be careful about something. Number one, don't buy anything. Just because it says MAG or whatever it is, MBG and these things, it doesn't mean that it's it. Now, there's a difference. Sometimes you can get a crypto before it comes out. I don't know if you did. I have no idea. I'm not teaching that part. What I do is I teach about the crypto. If you go buy some shit because somebody in the chat says or whatever, then remember when I start my show off, I'm super fucking high before every show. So you certainly don't listen to me. Okay. Now there was some very interesting things about multi-bank. I was even ready to buy it on an exchange. What I thought was MBG, multi-bank group. And if I were to have gotten scammed, oh well, I didn't look into it. I was ready to buy some shit that I didn't look into. But that's just me. But what I do is I teach what I see in the news on what these cryptos are. I don't work for the exchange. I can't verify if Uniswap buys the right MBG. I can't verify that. And if Coinbase wallet carries a crypto, I don't work for Coinbase. I don't. That's tech. That's more the tech area. I don't do tech. So I'm just as susceptible as buying a fake crypto as anybody else. Now, what we do know is that multi-bank, now this article is a month ago. So what's going to happen is we're leading up to the MBG official release in about 2 weeks from now. So what's happening is you're going to get fake cryptos coming out trying to act like they're MBG. And people are going to buy those. Will they pump? Yes, they will. Can people make money off them? Yes, you can. Can you lose money? Absolutely. Please don't think that all you do is when you invest in something, you make money. Please don't say that's what you believe. Oh, I bought it because I think I'm going to get rich off it. Well, what about if a business collapses, then you're going to get poor off it. So go back to an investing class, and this is not it. Now, what we got here, I'm going to go through this real quick because I got like 4 minutes, okay? 4 minutes. So I'm going to go through the MBG. See, look, the problem is the websites are like this. No, the problem is the exchange. Here's the problem. Now, the reason I only buy shit that's at Caleb and Brown is because they have people there that investigate the cryptos on whether to buy it or not. So Caleb and Brown does their best. They do their absolute best to try to determine, should we buy this crypto and is it a safe crypto to buy? Okay. So they got people that are paid to do this, and hey, everybody can make a mistake. Okay. So the goal is try not to buy shit that you can't verify. And they have people there that investigate. Now, for me, I trust Caleb Brown, and they got people there studying cryptos. And if one of them ends up to be a scam or whatever, Caleb Brown does their best, just like Coinbase and maybe Uphold and shit like that. They do their best to try to determine, is this a legit crypto? And then they sell it. Okay. Now, Uniswap, I don't want to start talking bad about companies, so I'm going to stop right there. But what I'm telling you is look, FTX. That was one of the biggest scams. There's a lot of big companies that got ripped off in that. Even top investment companies got scammed. Like even the biggest of the big got scammed at FTX. So Caleb Brown is way smaller than that, and I'm all the way down at the bottom. It's easy to do that to me. Think about all the biggest companies in the world got scammed. The biggest companies in the world got scammed by FTX crypto. That means it's easy for me to get scammed. Totally. See what I'm saying? The biggest companies in the world got scammed at FTX crypto. Now, it can happen to any business. And check it out. Those were financial advisors, which I'm not. Now he's starting to get this. The problem is at the crypto exchange, when they don't do enough due diligence and they bring on fake crypto, that's the problem. It's the exchange. So if the exchange did their job and investigated, they could eliminate a whole lot of problems, but they don't. So that's where scam crypto pops up. Now, sometimes it's, people now, ultimately, it's you. How much do you do diligence when you buy? Do you just, like, for me, I'm kind of like this. Maybe it's probably bad, but I'll trust certain businesses so I don't have to investigate. So Caleb Brown carries all these cryptos. Okay, I trust that they're going to have the right ones. But what should I do? I should really investigate myself, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. If an exchange like Coinbase carries something and it turns out to be a scam, they issue an apology. But look, I hope they do their best. So if you go to an exchange like Uniswap, I hope they do their best not to sell you, because they're the ones you're buying it from. So they're the ones, if you get bad crypto, they're the ones that sold you bad crypto. But then again, did you do a due diligence? Did you personally go investigate all this stuff? No, you don't. We don't do that as people. So that's where the real problem is. Now, what crypto regulations will do is eliminate 99% of the scam shit. So that's where we're at. Hold on a second. Sebastian Lopez. Hulk, I want to thank Zoltar for giving you all the knowledge you drop on us. Here's a tax-free donation. Have you looked into Velo? Jeb is in there. Oh, well, hold on a minute there, kids. I'll write it down and I'll deep dive it. And now, don't you all start buying it right now. And then if I go talking about it, it's going to pump. Don't do that, okay? Because that would be like manipulating the market. And we don't do that here. Well, yes, we do, Crypto Hulk. We do it all the time and make a lot of money. Shut up, man. Don't tell everybody that. Because then, okay, Velo. Deep dive. Okay. I will take care of this afternoon and maybe be on tonight's show. And that's the show. And I will deep dive the fuck out of it. So if you want to position yourselves right now or not, that's up to you. Okay, welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Looks like YT had to kick us off the channel. I'm going to go to Kevin Brown right now and look, see if they carry. If they carry Velo, that's very, very promising. I'm not saying it means anything. Promising means I like it. That's all that it means. Let's see here. Google Authenticator. This will determine partly if I look into Velo. If they have it, there's a strong chance. Okay. Cryptocurrencies. Let's see what they got. Velo. They got Velo. Velo. It's currently at like 1 cent. Let me look at it past 1 month. 3 months. Well, it's not at an all-time low. Yeah, it is. It's looking like it now. I backed up the 1 year mark. Okay, we're at the 1 year mark, and it's about the same as it's always been. Okay, did some bumping around December to January. That's very common with crypto. So it's been basically flat for like the past year. Okay, so you're pretty much buying it at an all-time low. So that's a good sign. That's one of the things I look at. Amber Hobson says testing. That's a positive test there. Thank you very much. So I'll look into it. There's some things I got to look into. So what I'll do is this. I'll do a deep dive on Velo tonight at about 5 or 5:30. I got to see my schedule when I can do the show. It's some days I can do 5, some days it's 5:30, depending on the shit that I got to do for people and stuff. Sometimes I got to drive people somewhere and stuff. I'll look into that one and we'll see where we're at. So if you, I mean, I can't tell you what to buy or what not, obviously. If you're somebody who wants to pump and dump it, then, I mean, well, I don't want to get into that because, yeah. So I'll see what the crypto is. And whatever you want to do with it, that's up to you. But I will tell you this. If you know that it's a good crypto, if you know the connections and everything it has, once I do a show on it, then sometimes these things tend to go up in value and then back down afterwards. Some people call it a pump and dump. I don't. A pump and dump is a crypto that's no good, that a bunch of people like social influencers try to pump up and they dump it, and it's a useless crypto. Now, if I talk about it on my show, sometimes I talk about shit that's no good. I'll tell you, don't buy this shit, because to me, I don't see. I mean, I'll be like, I wouldn't buy it personally, certain crypto. So it's like, that's what I'll tell you. Like, hey, if it was me, because I can't tell you what to do, but if it's me, I'll be like, I wouldn't touch this one because there's no connections. Now, if you know that it's a good crypto, then you do what you got to do with it then, all right? But remember is, now again, just because Jeb McCaleb is involved, and I'll make a note of that, but just because he's involved, I mean, that's one metric. That's an important metric, I will admit, but that just doesn't mean, oh, Jed's involved in it, buy it. No, that's fucking stupid. So what I'm going to do is look at all the partnerships. How did it start? All these things. Who's using it? What are they trying to do with it? You know, and these things. And I'll look at the whole thing and determine what I think of it. And that's it. I mean, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't. I don't care. That's all I do is I look at cryptos and tell you about them. That's what I do on the show. And sometimes this shit goes up like 1,300%, like the other day. Whether it's a scam crypto or not, the shit went up. People made money. Hey, you know, you guys buy what you want to buy and sell what you want to sell. I have no control over that. Whether you actually bought the right crypto, see, that's the problem. That's what we were talking about today. It's the exchange. If you buy the right, if we learn about a crypto and you go to an exchange and try to buy that one and you get tricked into buying a fake one, the exchange is selling you fake crypto. That's what's happening, okay? And know why you're buying whatever it is. So yeah, that's what I do. When there's a crypto, look, I don't care if a crypto is going up. I mean, I got to look at, now there's different ways to invest. There's different ways to invest. There's the fundamental investing, and then you want to catch the pump. There's a lot of people that catch a pump and then sell off, and they just do that all the time. That's one way of investing. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, there's different ways to invest. Some people buy some shit when it's like 0.0004 cents and hold it for years until it's worth $1,000. You know, I mean, so there's no right answer on the show. There's people that become millionaires with Peppy. Okay. I mean, there's different ways to invest. Fundamental or catching pumps. You can catch pumps on fake coins and make millions. You can catch a pump. It depends on a good coin and make millions. It doesn't matter. Look, I don't know. I don't teach all that stuff. That's where you come in. Hey, if you're good at timing shit, then do it. I don't know. I just teach you about crypto. That's all that I do in this program. Sometimes I'll go and buy some shit on an impulse. And if I get wrecked, then I get wrecked. That's just fucking that's how it goes. You don't always win. Please don't tell me you're still 5 years old and you think you always win. Well, on this show you do. So yeah, like sometimes, you know, you invest in 10 things. It just takes one. It just takes one to win, right? So a lot of people can make out good on cryptos, but it's just, look, if you invest in fundamental cryptos, look, the way I got mine, I got 10 cryptos that I believe are really good. Maybe some of them go bankrupt. That's just part of the game, right? Whatever you do, please just don't put everything into one. No. Let's say, for instance, the government, that's worst case scenario, the government takes over and takes apart XRP and they decide to use something else. You put everything in XRP, you just fucked up. You're done, okay? The government of the United States just clapped your cheeks, all right? I sold my left ball, said Mr. OG. Chris, you got change for a 20? So I'll go over Velo, and we didn't get a chance to go into the multi-bank. I might do it later. There's so much news. I don't even fucking care. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I'm going to tell you about another. Okay, I got to go over this. I'm going to wrap it up. Multi-bank is a legitimate project if you find the right crypto. Okay. I have some issues with the multi-bank group. It's from what I believe a Saudi Arabian kind of Dubai, Middle Eastern. See, I'm gonna do this article super fast. Okay, here's the article here. It's a month old. I want to go over this because there's a crypto here I want you to know. If you hung in this long and watched this show, here's the crypto giveaway. It's not out yet. Multi-bank crypto. There's good and bad. The good part is, here's the good. This is flush with Saudi money. Okay. This is a project where they've got big bucks to work on it. We aren't talking about some broke ass shoestring budget crypto project no. This has got a lot of Saudi money. Okay. And the Saudis are tight with Ripple and tech companies. Okay. So if you get the right, see, I signed up with Multibank on the website. It's called multibankgroup.com, and I got on the wait list so I could get the real MBG token. And they'll show me where to buy it or whatever, okay? So if you missed out and got the wrong Multibank, go to their website. Hopefully it's still open and register if you want this. I signed up, and I'm gonna get at least $1,000 worth of this stuff. They're gonna tokenize properties, and remember now, the Saudi Arabia, this Dubai, Middle East. These people are fucking loaded. So they're going to do a real estate tokenization, okay? Multi-banks involved. Now, that's the good, okay? So now here's the bad. The bad is I deep dived it, and there's really nobody that I can recognize that's involved in this project. Oh, I don't recognize any of the banks or the tech companies, Now, the good part is, that's not unusual, because when you're dealing with the Middle East and shit and China, like, they don't tell you shit. You don't know who's involved. I will tell you this, the Saudis and the sheiks just didn't pull this out of their ass, okay? They hired somebody to do this kind of shit. Now, we know in Dubai and all that, Chainlink, Hedera, and Ripple are very, very popular over there, okay? These other cryptos are not there. I'm going to guess and say that they are using some of the either XRP, Hedera, fucking Chainlink and shit, okay? That's who I'm thinking they're kind of using or building on the platform, whatever it is, because the Saudis didn't do this shit all on their own. So there's a lot of secret, hush-hush kind of thing going on with this multi-group shit. Let me tell you, all right? So when I look at a crypto and the multi-bank and all this kind of stuff and the Saudi Arabians and everything, I don't see a line of connections. I don't. None of it. So this is all in-house, hush-hush kind of deal. So that's concerning for one part. But the other part, it's not, because these are rich motherfuckers. They've got billions and trillions. To them, this is their pet rock. And it's loaded with money. Saudis are not going to cut corners and hire some cheap code developer. No. This is a 100% legitimate project with a fuck ton of money behind it and a lot of secret crypto connections, okay? That's what this is. Now, and enough to where I'm spending $1,000 to maybe $2,000 on something like this. Absolutely. But I already told you what I found was nothing, okay? So I know right away, oh man, there's no connections. Oh shit. See, this is all I like to know. I like to know who the lead developer is and chief technology officer. I like to know that. I don't know it with this project. I like to see all the connections, JP Morgan and all the shit. Right now, I don't see any of that. Could there be in the future? Absolutely. Right now, everything again is hush hush. Okay. So you've got to determine how much do I want to invest, and maybe I could lose it all. For me, $1,000 to $2,000. That's my kind of thing. So when this thing comes out, if I can get these tokens, my goal is to get about $2,000 worth. Okay. So that's just me. All right. You got to do what you got to do. Now it's very interesting. Now here's the rest part of this. There's a company called, here we go. You might want to write this on your this is on your to-do list. Maverick Network. Oh shit. Here's the secret one. So all the people that left my show thinking that was it. Oh, you just missed out, because there's a crypto right now. I'm going to reveal that the people who left early, you just fucked up. It's called Maverick, Mavryk, Maverick Network. They're working with, their crypto is the M for Mary, V for Victor, R for Robert, K King. MVRK. It's not out. It is listed on Coin Market Cap or whatever the fuck it's called and stuff. That's the crypto you want to look for, MVRK, but make sure it's the real one. How do we do that? I don't know. That's on you, okay? So, yeah, we talked about it's not available. Right, it will become available. What I believe is something with this Maverick. There's something about Maverick, and I think it's tied in. To the it's tied into the multi-bank. And that's what I found interesting. Is that Maverick blockchain is in this Dubai, this multi-bank Dubai. It's mixed up with that, because it says it in the article right here. In the first paragraph, talks about Maverick, a leading blockchain innovator, Mavryk. So I'm gonna tell you what. Either there's a crypto that we already looked into, but it's not out yet. The MBG, multi-bank group. The multi-bank group, that's one crypto there, MBG. Now, it also talks about Maverick, and that's MVRK. I don't know if these are two separate cryptos. I don't know if Maverick's the one, if MGB is the one. I don't know these things. All I'm doing is I'm just showing you what I found. Whether you want to invest in it or not, that's up to you. I'm not telling anybody to invest in nothing. I show you information that it's very interesting. Well, why are they going to have an MBG token and a Maverick token? I don't know. I'm interested. I'll probably buy both. Me personally, I'm going to wait until I can tell if it's the real legitimate one. So that's why I signed up with the MGB. Maybe the Maverick is the institutional crypto that only institutional people can buy. I don't know. So what did Zoltar say? I haven't consulted Zoltar on this yet. So as we get closer to a release date, so I just wanted to share what I found out about this multi-bank global crypto shit and the Maverick. And the Saudis are going to tokenize all kinds of luxury hotels and condos and shit like that. Now, what's interesting is a multi-bank group was established in California in 2005. Well, damn, Cryptoholic, that's like 20 years ago. Yeah, it came out of California. See what I'm saying? What's in California? All the tech companies, right? Silicon Valley, right? Yeah, Cryptoholic, wait a second. That's a hell of a coincidence. Yes, why is a Saudi crypto that's this company, multi-bank group, is going to release a crypto? It came out of California in 2005. Well, now in California, that's where you get all the Silicon Valley shit. So that's why I told you this multi-bank group and this Maverick, there's all this secrecy shit, right? If you look at multi-bank group, there's all these companies. I'll show you right now. I don't even recognize. Okay, Nasser Taher. He's the guy who invented this shit. 2005. Who the fuck is this guy? Never heard of him, right? Then there's something called MEX Group Worldwide, Multi-Bank Foreign Exchange, MBFX. They have partners called White Label Partners and Franchise Partners. Never even heard of them. Then they have some called Metaphor Trader and MetaTrade 5. Look, all this shit about this multi-bank shit, I can't verify any of it. It's all a secret. It's all a big secret, okay? Yet these Saudis are going to be dumping billions into making this platform so they can make trillions. But they didn't do it by themselves. Because somehow this Nasser guy pops up in California in 2005 and starts a business. And California is the epicenter of all the crypto in the entire world. It's where it all comes from. So somebody on the hush-hush in Silicon Valley is making all this shit happen for the Saudis or the Dubai people, okay? So this is really deeply connected, but we're not allowed to see who it is. That's what, now this is just me, but that tells me I want in on some secret shit like this, okay? I don't know if I lose my $1,000 if I put in or 2,000 with this. I don't care. If this comes up, maybe I just put 1,000 in. That's it, or whatever. I want some kind of exposure to this because this is interesting to me. How does these no-name fucking rich people know how to do all this shit? They've had to have bought somebody. They had to have paid somebody to get all this shit done. And let me tell you something. These Saudis ain't going to invest in some dumb shit. So you got either R3 involved in this or some shit like that. All the names, we know the names. We can't see the connections. Because somebody's involved in this shit. Because these sheiks, they didn't go to computer coding school. They don't know how to do this shit. But they've got trillions of dollars. So somebody's playing the hush-hush, I'm keeping a secret game. And I'm going to play that game too. I'm going to get something out of this deal. If I lose 1,000, I'll lose 1,000. I don't give a fuck, but I'm going to get me some MGB shit from the official source. And if I can get Maverick, maybe I'll dump 1,000 in that or something like that. But that's just me. Don't do what I do. Okay. I think I'll end it there. This show's over, hour 25 minutes. Whoo-wee. Went over it. But, you know, we had important shit we had to discuss, and we had some cryptos. So there, it's all on you. I just showed you some information about crypto. You got to decide what you want to do with that information. And other than that, I'll see you in the next broadcast.